If I'm live, y'all bear with me a second, man. I'm having some technical difficulties trying to get this stream up, so give me a second. Boom, I think we good. Let's see. And all the bullshit I just went through to actually get this stream up is exactly why I wanted to make this stream about Agents Class from Streamers University. Welcome, y'all. I was supposed to start the stream like at 6 o'clock. I was supposed to do it yesterday as well, but life be life, and so I just wanted to do it while I had a chance. So this whole stream is basically about Agent's Class at Streamers University. If you know anything about Agent, he has always been one of those people that talk business, talk money, talk the business and art of YouTube and now streaming. And I feel like that was one of the things really missing from Streamer University, where, you know, it was a lot of content creation, a lot of stuff happening, but I feel like the actual education part of Streamer University was missing, where people weren't really learning shit for real. Like, it was just content. Everybody was making content and that was it. So before we get into it, I just wanted to talk about, or at least give a preview of what people were saying about Agents Class from Streamer University, because a lot of the other big streamers actually gave Agent a lot of credit and kudos for what he did, for the advice he gave, and what he was teaching at Streamer University. So, is it good? You see it? So here's actually DDG talking about, you know, what Agent was talking about and how he did, how he taught, and what he took away from Agent's Class in Streamer University. And if you know, DDG was like one of the big standouts from Streamer University as far as content and all that.
We are thinking about doing a content house. Not thinking we're going to do it. I'm gonna tell y'all the name and everything before we even put everything in motion. Everything is not done yet. It's not like fully going in. But one thing I learned, like the only nigga I genuinely learned from at Streamer University was Agent. I seen a bunch of clips and I'm like, this nigga really giving out game. I'm glad he won like the Professor Award, because he was giving out game. And he said content houses is the key. After he said that, I'm like, you know what? You fucking right. You damn right. And me and my homies, I feel like it's just so easy, bro. We all funny. We are thinking about doing a content house.
And DDG wasn't the only like big content creator that gave Agent his credit. Soul also did too. Just talking about how Agent really came to teach people, came to educate, and let people know kind of like the business and art behind streaming.
Hey, out of all the creators, Agent do seem like he actually came there to straight up teach niggas. Agent, W Agent in the chat, y'all. You even put me on some streaming equipment that I couldn't find for shit. Agent looked like he actually wanted to teach niggas. W Agent, bro.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think sometimes I'm not afraid of everybody knowing what I know. Does that make sense? Like, there's room for everybody to eat. Like, I don't need to.
Everybody eats B. Anytime I hear that, I always think of that from Paid in Full.
I don't need to like gatekeep valuable information, because I believe in myself and God's plan. So whatever happens is gonna happen regardless. But it's better everybody knows. So
I think it's dope that Agent has that mentality, and he's like that when it comes to information. Like I said, he was always like that even back in the 2K days, telling everybody how he ran his YouTube channel through his LLC and expensed everything against the company and all that. But you know, so many people, especially creators, have a crab in the barrel mentality where it feels like if they tell you something, or if everybody knows this one thing, then it kind of takes something from them. And it shouldn't be that at all. Hell yeah, Agent's Class was lit. It was.
in my opinion, like all this shit should be easily accessible, bro. In my opinion, I just feel like I'm not competing with nobody. Like I just be doing my own thing, bro. And like whatever happens, bro, is God's will, bro. It's God's plan. So I don't get panicked by feeling like I can't tell people certain information and stuff like that. Everybody should know. Everybody should know what the best place to stream at is, what the best camera is, what the best strategy is. There was a lot of people that reached out to me in the last few days asking for advice and tips. Realistically, I can't give everybody advice and tips, but I think doing it in a way where everybody can consume it, like I did at Streamer University, is dope, bro. And you know what made me so proud, bro, is that everybody took notes. So for all the talk about whether or not there was some actual learning that was gonna be happening,
There wasn't, other than Agent.
nigga, we seen it with our own eyes. There was a lot of learning happening. So
I mean, Streaming University was a huge success, like for the big names, the big streamers and all of that. But I think for the average Joe that just wanted to learn more about streaming, learn more about equipment, just the process of what to do. Like it was a pain in the ass even getting this stream going today. So I'm like, fuck, I could have used some Streaming University knowledge. But before we even get to the class, because we're going to get to the class next, I just want to give her just a preview of like Agent's mindset and how he thinks about streaming and just the game plan that he has from doing actual streams from Twitch to clipping it up, putting it on YouTube, then clipping those up and putting it on TikTok, and how that's just like a big circle back to build his brand and build the infinite money glitch, as he says in this interview with Jordan Welch.
Build around that.
Can you tell me the story about AMP?
Yeah, it was I guess a collective of guys. At first it was Duke, me, Davis, and Phantom. We wanted to switch things up and do something a little bit different. And so we're like, let's do some IRL stuff. And then eventually our editor, who is phenomenal, by the way, Chris, he became a member. And then Phantom put us on to Kai, who I've seen.
Bro, you talk about humble beginnings. Look at this man Kai right here. I think he was doing like Facebook or Instagram skits back at this point, but golly.
His videos before on YouTube, but we weren't thinking to add nobody to the group, but Phantom recommended the idea, so we brought him out to a shoot, and his energy was just different. He wasn't even supposed to be in the video, but his energy was so electric that he improved the quality of the video. I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. This shot meet is actually horrible, bro.
Walk me through your average day in the life here at the house.
The average day is calm. Like, people think it's kind of crazy. It's not that crazy. You could bump into somebody else and then, like, you know, get caught playing 1v1. I could be walking in the thumbnail, or can I get your opinion on this? It does like more event type streams. Phantom streams a lot. Duke has been more consistent recently when we first met, like primary and only YouTubers. And then eventually, like a year and a half goes by, and now we're all like streamers. You're really building a community when you stream. It's a different level. And honestly, like, I feel like now that I stream, like all of my other socials have like the engagement is so much better.
Yeah, because people really feel like they get to know you. Like, tell me a little bit about the business behind streaming.
So if you had anything to take away from anything Agent said when he gives this whole little streaming formula to how to kind of grow and blow up your channel, this is the takeaway for real.
First, you stream, you make money off the ads that play on your stream. Then there's the sub money that you get, so it's $5, and depending on your split, like Twitch gets 50% of mine, so each sub I get $2.50. So if you have 15,000 of those, you can do the math. And then that doesn't even account for potential brand deals that you have going on. That's additional money. And then I have 2 YouTube channels where we clip things up, and both of those channels eat. So now you're getting the ad money from YouTube for the stuff you have going on in your clips. And then like now you have TikTok, even though it doesn't make a lot of money, it gets a lot of attention, and that attention generates revenue. Once they go to the other platforms, you can monetize easier. So like you could do YouTube and make like $50,000, or you can like prioritize streaming and then also do YouTube, and now you're making like $150,000. I don't know how to explain it, but like it's low-key like a money glitch. It's cash. Oh my God, I'm telling you, man.
Infinite money glitch. And then that brings us to basically Agent teaching the whole Streamer University class. I feel like course-wise, he basically carried it because all the other classes were like some bullshit. Like I think Duke was teaching physical education PE or something like that. India was teaching love. Dante was teaching the art of self-defense against hating, whatever it was, just a bunch of ridiculous stuff. But this is literally the beginning of, I think, Agent's first class, or maybe his first class was the pocket watching class, and this is his second class. But I'm starting with this one first because I feel like it had the most valuable information as far as streaming and the business behind it and everything. And there was a lot of stuff that I learned from just watching this, so.
Yeah, they can pass them around. It's multiple choice, bro. Hey, is there any of the pop quizzes? Chris, any of the pop quizzes? So chat, just so you guys can see the pop quiz. It's pretty.
Bruh, Streaming University was 100% a reality show. And again, it worked for like the content creators, the big content creators that could get in the mix, that could make highlights, that could get clips. But for anybody else, anybody that actually wanted to gain any tangible information or knowledge, that wasn't it. It literally was a reality show, for real.
Pretty simple. What is the best stream camera? The minimum viewers to stream full time? Most important metric for YouTube? Most important metric for Twitch? Simple shit.
He's saying simple shit, but it's that all of those pop quiz questions is stuff that the average person that wants to stream or make content doesn't know, for real.
Yeah. No, what's the emergency?
Like feminine.
Oh. Numbers and stuff like that. You guys are gonna want that to be bigger. So we're gonna leave it like that. We can't see the class. Just remember, like, the bottom left is kind of cut off when you're whipping the cam.
Yeah, I know.
What's up? Nah, just hold on to it. Just chat. You guys got 30 seconds. Who's leaving? Yo, Ray.
Bro, even trying to teach, he had to deal with a bunch of foolishness.
You're wrong. Holy smokes, every answer was wrong. Every single one, you're 0-4. On God, yeah.
On God?
Yeah. Sony A9, that is a photography camera that Sony A9, question one, if you
All right, I'm
wrote
gonna stop skipping.
A, Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, you are correct. You are 100% correct. It's way better. If you do phone streams, Sony A9 is a photography camera, Ray. You wrote the Sony A9. That is a photography camera that from 5 years ago, my nigga. It's a $6,000 photography camera. It is not the best for streaming. For B, if you wrote B, you are correct. If you wrote B, you are correct. 50 is the minimum viewers if you want to do it full time. You just have to optimize the 50. So just because your viewership is not sky high doesn't mean it's not possible to do it full time. It just means you have to optimize the 50. For question number 3, if you wrote C, watch time is the most important metric, you are correct. That's law. That's law, YouTube law. Watch time is king. And 4, important metric for... Ray, stop slapping your cameraman. If you wrote concurrent viewers A, you are correct. Just like it could. If you guys have questions, feel. Go. Desktop stream with a fucking laptop webcam. On God, it doesn't matter, bro. Many of the biggest streamers from like Aiden, Kai, they all use simple cameras. Just like it could be grainy shit, it doesn't matter. People do not value quality when it comes to, if you stream in 4K, you won't get a single additional viewer as a result. I really want to clarify that because some people feel like the tech is what holds them back. If you're at a $1,000 budget, the S25 Ultra is the best. I think it's a little more than $1,000, but for a $1,000 budget. For a 2.5, it's gonna be this Live View backpack. It molds.
$30K for a streaming backpack is insane. I think that's the one DDG actually ended up buying, but $30K is like, sheesh.
Together different connections so that you have a stronger overall connection. It's more expensive, but you can connect it to a bigger body camera. So the overall price is gonna be a little bit higher, but it's going to be worth it. Now, if you're a big streamer, there's no reason why you don't get this one. I don't know how new it is because we just got it 4 months ago, but it's cracked. Like, it's prioritized data. I don't lag, basically, and it's so hard for me to lag. It's very hard. especially if you do a lot of IRLs. If you do desktop and gaming, obviously this stuff isn't required. I'm telling you, bro, I had a...
I think it was a girl at Streamer University. It was a clip I saw that I think Kai ended up getting her a computer because she literally was streaming from a PS4, I think. Not even a PS5, but a PS4. So, yeah, to his point, I guess quality really doesn't matter that much when you're talking about streaming from desktop. But I could see a major difference if you got shit quality when you're trying to do live streams, IRL streams.
I had a couple large streamers ask me yesterday whether 30,000 was a worthwhile purchase. It's your job, right? So like we spend money on dumber things. Ray, for example, bought a Supra for $50,000. You get what I'm saying? So if you could buy a Supra for $50,000, you could buy this bag for $30,000. Feel me? I got an apartment for absolutely no reason just to see if I'd like it. So keep that in mind. You spend money doing dumb shit. Why not spend money investing in your business, bro? Right. I feel like we get stingy when it comes to shit like this, but then we spend bags on shit when it comes to luxurious stuff, Louis Vuitton, this, that, the third. This is what's important. Just remember that.
Yeah, but that's with everything. That's what everybody that has a business. We'll spend money on dumb shit, clothes, cars, shoes, etc., but won't invest in our business, whether that's like branding or marketing or whatever the case. So that extends past content creation to just like real life. I know real estate agents that don't invest in their business.
Yes, Shanks. Hey, when someone's asking a question, please quiet down. What's that, Shanks?
Yeah, on that last slide, my memory is so short. I can't remember everything. Can we go back to last?
Yeah, we can. Yep.
Now, these backpacks, we don't really have it like Nigeria. Now.
Yeah. Especially if you're big on TikTok. Do we have anyone whose primary platform is TikTok? This is your opportunity. TikTok is the best way for new people to see your face. You're going to want to transfer those people over to your stream. It's a strategy to it. We'll get there. So followers per hour is the only kind of relevant metric I've seen on Twitch. So just remember, like, you want people to follow. It's not a pointless metric. It's not an empty number. It's the only kind of relevant metric. I don't know how true it is because obviously I'm not an engineer, but many people have said that's how you end up right over here. If Twitch noticed a lot of new people is following your channel, they're way more likely, even if you're not being followed, to put you on the list of people over here, which means there's a form of discovery, even though it's very challenging, that exists. And
The barrier of entry to Twitch, like even setting up streams and everything, like how it works is completely opposite. It feels like a YouTube. So it's like even setting up this stream today was just so much weirder than it is YouTube. YouTube is really streamlined, really simple, optimized. But I feel like Twitch was just kind of like all over the place. So I have to definitely get good at that, at using Twitch and just kind of understanding the system a little bit more. Again, that's why this class is helping, right?
And that's the recommended channels. You guys are at Streamer University, okay? If I do a bunch of streams with Shanks, my name is gonna show up right over here. Shanks viewers also watch, boom, Agent Zero. So your opportunity to cross-pollinate audiences is important because when those niggas are live, you show up right here for them. And keep in mind, there's not much discovery opportunity on Twitch. So wherever it is, you gotta get it, okay? You gotta get it. So I would say like collabing, meeting people and stuff like that is super, super essential. This is as good as it gets, unfortunately. Maybe that changes one day, not right now.
One question. The TVU networks, how long does the battery last?
It depends. Keem would probably better answer that. But you can always get external batteries. So if you have multiple batteries, you just plug in a new one. YouTube discovery. This is where the opportunity lies, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be honest with you. Give me one sec.
YouTube and Twitch. This is the first time I did like the whole multi-stream thing where you can stream from Twitch and YouTube. I just wanted to do it to see how quick I get the video back, how quick I'm actually able to download the VOD so I can edit it quicker. So I'm doing both today. So yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm with y'all. I'm right here.
I'll be honest with you. This really, you could do 10 classes on this and not completely tell the whole story. So it's not, I'm gonna be summarizing a lot, but watch time is king. I'm gonna give you some examples. So 2 recent videos I uploaded to my channel, most expensive Pokemon card opening. This is what I would call a low appeal video, right? Even the thumbnail kind of insinuates that it's a reaction more than an actual opening. Like, people are getting a quick snapshot. You're one of 50 videos on a page. You're competing for everybody's attention. They could only click one video. This one didn't perform all that well. It did 57,000 views. This one, on the other hand, my reactions tend to do really well. Part of YouTube is understanding your audience. Something that does well for me might not do well for Ash. It might do differently for the next person. So you have to understand what your audience likes. If you're not going back to see what performed well, you actually don't care about growing. I'm being honest. If you don't go in your analytics every few days to see how your video's been performing, any adjustments you need to make, you don't care about growing. You just want to grow.
So random, but one thing I hate is my face in thumbnails. I think my biggest video right now has like 800,000 views, and it has my face just looking dumb as fuck in the thumbnail. So maybe those do better optimization wise, but I just personally hate that. I would rather put up a thumbnail of an image that I can edit, move around the way I want, than just my face there looking shocked. So maybe that's something I got to get over for myself and start doing in my content to, you know, push it more.
Caring about growing means you're actually going out your way to analyze what's working so you can do more of it, to analyze what's not working so you can do less of it. What's that?
How you feel about like channel managers? Like,
it could work. It could work, especially if they have experience. But some channel managers are managing 8 channels. Then it's like a priority issue. And also, you just have to make sure they have experience. I think understanding appeal is super important. This is gonna sound a little harsh, but I want you to take this in a positive way. People don't really care. Even the way you consume content, people don't really care. Getting people to care is challenging. Getting people to care about you is challenging. Getting people to care about your idea is challenging. You have to create appeal. Streamer University has been getting marketed for like 5 months. He's been talking about this for 5 months. He's been giving us updates for 5 months. He's been hyping it up for 5 months. So when Streamer University happens, extreme appeal. The actual execution of it increased the appeal even more, okay? In comparison to an idea that flops. Understanding your audience, putting yourself in the shoes of your audience is essential to getting a good idea of what's gonna work. Don't think about it like you're consuming your content. What are the people that watch your content gonna think of your content? It's easy to find a crossover between what you like and what your audience likes.
That's another thing that that I struggle with. I guess a lot of content creators struggle with. You want to make what you want to make, but if that's not necessarily what your subs or your followers or the demographics that you have on your page wants to see, then you're not going to get any views with that. So yeah, you definitely have to find like the crossroads between what viewers want to see and what you want to make or what you're passionate about. And hopefully it's the same thing and you can kind of spam that content to success.
So many times I see people, oh, I don't want to do that. And what? Nigga, I was uploading my GM videos for 4 years. You think that's the only thing I wanted to do? But that's what my audience needed at the time. I was able to make a pivot, there's strategy to that, into more general genres until I got a chance to just be as variety as possible, where I'm at now. So just because you're not actively doing the thing you want all the time doesn't mean you need to stop. That doesn't mean, like, having a passion for streaming doesn't mean you only do things.
But when I say motherfuckers will spam a topic to success, like if there is a Andrew Tate video, like they will make 20 Andrew Tate videos back to back with no variety of topics in between and get views because, again, I guess that's what their fan base, their followers want to see. I just have a hard time with that personally. Like I just don't like to talk about the same thing over and over and over again. But kind of like what Agent is saying, do you want to be successful or you want to be happy? Can't be both, I guess.
Do things you enjoy. You might not like going in analytics. I swear I don't. It's not fun for me. I'd rather just create stuff all the time. But it's essential though. It helps you grow your channel. What's that?
They're like me not want to be a janitor, but being a janitor.
And now you have an opportunity to be in front of so many people. So many people saw your TikTok clip. You're doing something you don't care about janiting. You're janiting because there's opportunity.
Janiting.
Later. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Wait.
What's that? You got that, Brooklyn?
It's like the only real class.
All right, so I'm gonna show you guys some numbers just to give you an idea. This was my Pokemon pack opening. If you don't know, if you're not very familiar with these graphs, you don't care. And I don't mean that to be mean. I mean that to...
I really don't get the Pokemon meta that be happening where all these Twitch streamers are just opening packs of Pokemon cards. Maybe that's something beyond me. I don't get it.
Kind of be in your ass a little bit. You need to be very familiar with these graphs. You should see this and immediately know what it is. You should get that comfortable. Tonight you should be grinding streaming. After tonight, once you're done tomorrow, you should get in these graphs. YouTube is a good discovery tool. This audience retention is not good. Now, it's not good because it's 33% can mean anything, right? It depends on the length of the video. It depends on what channel it was uploaded to. It depends on the norms of that genre. There's a lot of variables. But for me and my channel, 33% is not good. Huge drop off. You can see like 30% of people left in the first 10 seconds of this. That means that the video is likely to perform bad because if people leave early, less watch time. Watch time is king.
Watch time is king.
And then the other thumbnail you've seen, this was the reaction video. A lot lower lift. Keep in mind, the Pokemon video cost $1,000 to open the packs, right? This video was free. I was reacting to License being interviewed by Brandon Buckingham. This video is always, there's always gonna be some drops, but you see how it holds? So the audience retention, a lot stronger, 43%. Average view duration, 20 minutes on a, I think like 46-minute video. To me, that's a good audience retention. This was one of the higher performing reactions on my channel. And this was uploaded 3 days ago. I think it already has like 300,000 views. What's that, Ash? Is your hands up?
Oh, no, I'm playing with mine.
I see another hand. What's that?
If you make one type of content and you want to branch out and feed your community new content, what would you say is the best way to do that?
We could talk about that. The strategy to that is super complicated. The best thing you can do if you want to do different type of content is to see what everyone else did. Let me give you an example. Back when I was making My GM content, if you guys know what My GM is, it's a game mode on NBA 2K. It's super niche. It's the one where you manage different teams and trade players and stuff, right? The only person that was able to pivot at that time out of that community and do park stuff, because the community for the park content, you know what park is? That community was way bigger, was a streamer, a content creator named Lost and Unbound. I studied everything the nigga did, every video to the T. I watched everything he did to learn how he went from My GM to park, and I did it. So I was able.
I legit started watching Agent back when he went to Park. I don't remember the My GM era, but I remember him talking about Park and me setting up my player to go Park the same way back in the 2K days.
Able to do the same thing. So part of it is just studying. There's people that have done it before you. The likelihood that you're the first one to do it is very low. So you should be researching what other people around you are doing. So this was the watch time a few months ago on the channel when it wasn't performing all that well. Sorry, this is not the pocket watching class. We blocked the revenue. So the watch time is 3.3 million. When you see that number, the first question you should ask is, how do I get that number up? How do I get this number up? To get people to watch longer videos. That's one strategy. Can you think of another strategy? How can you, Scum? Correct. Do more, higher frequency. Part of strategy is also uploading more. This is a clip channel. The more I upload, the higher the watch time. The higher the watch time. So this is the number you really want to spend a lot of time focusing on. We made a lot of changes to the channel to optimize the content. And in a month's time, the watch time is looking like this. The average views per video is up significantly. The audience retention is up significantly. People are caring about the content a lot more. So I'm showing you to say 3.3 to 3.8 is not going to blow nobody's socks off. But it was $20,000 more.
That's a fine line too, though, because people upload videos all the time, like nonstop. You can upload 3-4 videos a day, and if they're ass, it really doesn't make a difference how much you upload instead of like quality. So I guess it's quality versus quantity, but the goal is to kind of be in between where you're uploading videos that your subs want to see, that they want to watch, but then it's also a good frequency of videos to keep the algorithm pushing you and more people finding you.
You get what I mean? So like, don't think about it like, oh, it's a marginal improvement. It's a very, very big improvement. It's a very big improvement. If you can make those month over month, imagine where you'll be in a year.
Facts.
How do you systematically do that though?
We uploaded more. We started doing recaps in the videos that were way higher appeal. So this is a whole different ballpark of trying to retain people's attention once they click on the video. We just made the videos way more interesting to watch for people that watch the content and for people that don't know me and just watching for the first time. We also focus more on converting subscribers for people that watch. We did that with the outro, and we did that with lower thirds, and we did that with better overall audience retention in the video. So that's a whole nother talk, but there's a lot of strategy that goes into that as well.
There's another streamer I watch named Atrioc, and all he does is upload his clips from Twitch to YouTube, but he edits them a lot more than I see a lot of people edit. So instead of just him being there talking, it's a whole bunch of graphics coming in between, just good edits that are really entertaining, that make his videos like super watchable and really a good entertaining watch, as opposed to somebody just sitting there and it's basically their live stream being clipped without being edited at all.
As well. Right now, when it comes to creating content, TikTok is king. The only reason people don't think this is because you can't make that much money off TikTok, which is true. But you don't need to make that much money off TikTok. You need people to learn who you are on TikTok, all right? You're gonna funnel those people to the platforms you can make money, YouTube and Twitch. If your main platform is TikTok, put your hands up again. This is your opportunity. You understand? The larger you can get on TikTok, the easier it's gonna be for you to tell your audience to go to other platforms. One content creator I want y'all to study is Jinxie. Jinxie posts on TikTok all the time, and he finds sneaky ways to mention his stream or tell people to go to his stream in the middle of his shit all the time. Look for it. Like, don't see it as a viewer, see it as a content creator trying to learn. He is one of the best strategists. I don't even know if he does it strategically. He might just be doing it because he enjoys it, but he'll do like funny motivational stuff on TikTok. He'll go play golf or funny shit on TikTok. He'll do content and he'll mix in a reminder to go to where he wants them, his stream. I also mean TikTok is king because TikTok Live is now very, very powerful. If you say nigga, you will be blacklisted. If you don't say nigga, you should be streaming on TikTok the same time you stream on Twitch every single time. I'm being serious. To all my people that don't say nigga, put your hands up. Yes, if they say nigga, the TikTok is gonna see that as hate speech and your account will get shadow banned. It'll get guaranteed. Guaranteed.
If you blocking your blessings and stopping your money because you can't stop saying the N-word, you got a problem. But also that's half of AMP because they say like nigga nonstop.
Yeah, what's that, Shanks? Hey, can we respect Shanks? Can we keep?
Okay, so you said something about.
Hey, can we quiet down so Shanks can please ask his question? If it's something, it's a question you have. Yeah, if it's a question you have, you'll also learn.
Yeah, you said something about multi-streaming on both like Twitch and TikTok.
Yeah.
You don't say nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga in the sense of if you don't use like disrespectful words.
No, the word nigga specifically.
Okay, no, I know, so Africa, we don't like really say nigga.
Yeah, the worst, the less cursing, the better on TikTok. I'm just telling you, nigga's the worst one, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, they
having
hate
an
that shit.
N-word breakdown mid-class.
Inside of my head, I feel like when you like multi-stream, you're like sharing the motion that can just be.
Yeah, you're streaming the same thing. So it's the same stream, but you're sending this to TikTok, and you can send this to YouTube as well. So the reason I didn't, just so you asked, you might be wondering why I didn't mention YouTube. If you deal in copyrighted stuff, you react to sports, you react to music, you play games that have music, and you can't turn it off, streaming on YouTube becomes a lot more challenging. If your content's simpler, if you're a gamer in here, and most of your content is gaming, can I see some hands? All right, y'all opportunity is on YouTube. I should mention that.
It's so crazy that streaming started out as a whole gamer thing. Like that's what blew up streaming, like the ninjas and all that. And now nobody that streams play games, or at least it's one of the things they do. They do IRL and desktop on top of that. But there are 2 hands up at a streamer university class. It's just crazy how much times have changed.
Co-streaming on YouTube is big because YouTube has discovery for the live and it has good monetization. There's a good video I'm gonna recommend y'all. Moist Critical uploaded showing the revenue difference between YouTube and Twitch. You can stand to make a lot more on YouTube if your content can fit what that platform wants. For me,
That video that he's talking about of Moist Critical is the reason I am streaming on YouTube. Why I even wanted to start streaming on YouTube in the first place. Because initially I was going to make just a Twitch channel and build it up from there. But I decided to do both. But that Penguin Zero, when he showed what the playbacks were and how much he could monetize the playbacks, the ads, all of that type of stuff, is literally the reason I started streaming on YouTube.
For me, it doesn't. So I don't know that much about it.
I just want to say, from personal experience, I stream a lot on YouTube, I stream on Twitch, I post on YouTube, but none of my Twitch streams become YouTube stuff, so I made a live channel like you're talking about.
Yep.
And it makes way more than my Twitch, like 5 times.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That might change the more your ads go up on Twitch. The more your ads go up on Twitch, it might be the case that your Twitch will make more than YouTube, but it depends on the streamer.
Yeah.
Yo.
Would it be okay though if you upload like your VODs on YouTube and like your regular?
Do y'all actually use TikTok? Like I don't. I have TikTok on my phone, but I don't use it for anything. Like I don't scroll TikTok. Like if anything, I scroll X, Twitter, whatever it's called. But I don't actually use TikTok like that. So I feel out of the loop on this, knowing that now TikTok is king, and I have to. I actually had a TikTok page when I was doing like my fitness journey, but you know it just became a monotonous grind, and I just pivoted to YouTube. So maybe I need to go back to that and start editing my shorts or making TikTok specifically for TikTok and see if I can get some people off of TikTok to YouTube, to Twitch, that type of thing.
Regular viewers on one account, or do you think you need to have a VOD channel and just your regular?
You don't need a VOD channel. VOD channel is just easy bread, and it's a way for you to monetize the VODs that's gonna be on Twitch anyway. And they live forever on YouTube. On Twitch now they have like a 60-day limit. So it's just, you don't need that though. But it's up to your strategy though. I chose not to so far have a VOD channel, but there's many people that do and it's very successful. What's that?
How do Canadians get monetized on TikTok?
I have no idea. Genuinely, I don't know the first thing about TikTok monetization. I just know like you should ask for galaxies. Yeah. Hold on, let's make it through a little bit more of the class before we answer questions. Ideas, okay? Yo, I mean this in the nicest way possible. If you're struggling with ideas, you're gonna have a very tough time being a content creator. You guys are all very creative. Just because, nigga, I spend 3 times a week brainstorming ideas for hours. I have my strategies. Personally, I like to go on drives and play the Brand Food playlist on Spotify. Sometimes I'll lay in my bed, do my Wim Hof breathing strategies, and just brainstorm. It really depends on what you're into. Like, I have my preferences. You should be brainstorming all.
I think once you become a content creator, like a serious content creator, I don't know if it's the same for like, you know, if you're on IG or if TikTok is the same. But I know since I started doing YouTube videos, I got like 200 videos on my channel now. I mean, my brain feels like it's working nonstop. Like even when I'm not making content, even when I'm not editing videos, I feel like I'm thinking about the videos that I want to make nonstop. So I feel like your brain definitely like switches once you become serious about making long form content.
You're good. You should be brainstorming all the time. I mean, all the time. At night, after every stream, me and my team talk. We talk ideas, we talk what's tomorrow, we talk what's next week. You should be brainstorming so much you have thousands of ideas. I'm not exaggerating. I leave my ideas on a notes, and then on each of my notes, I'll have like, oh, Saturday, I'm opening Pokemons, I got reacts, and then I'm working on the backyard. We're doing some construction to the backyard. Sunday, we were supposed to bury a TV with Ray, and then we mounted Ray's TV. Monday, we got a slow-mo cam coming to the house, we got confessions, we got whatever. So this is what I do. So if you guys watch Kai's streams, you know he has a big whiteboard. He likes to put his ideas on a whiteboard. I'm saying that to say, you could have whatever strategy you fucking want, it just depends on you, but make sure it works for you. Make sure it works for you. If you're struggling with ideas, I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough, bro, all right? You're gonna have an idea, and the next person's gonna do it before you. That's tough, it happens. That's tough, it happens.
I use this app called Craft, and you can download it on all your computers, all your devices. So if you update anything, it just goes to all of your devices. You can upload links, videos, anything that you want. It definitely helps with like ideas and organizing and that type of stuff. Craft.
So when you have ideas and you're passionate about it, jump on the idea, man. Don't wait so long before jumping on the idea. There's so many content creators that might jump to it before you, and you should be the first.
How do you get?
That happens to me all the time. Like if I have an idea and I don't do it right away, like this fucking stream, it wouldn't have happened. I would keep pushing it back until it just becomes like not a good idea or irrelevant at that point. So you definitely got to like hop on ideas as soon as you have them, as soon as you can execute. And I struggle with that myself. So yeah.
How do you get the creative drive to come up with an idea?
You should just always be doing it. You don't even need to feel creatively inspired. You should be like, oh damn, at 10 I'm brainstorming, you know? For me personally, I like brainstorming with people. Sometimes I'll invite Caleb and Chris into the room and they don't talk, I just yap. And eventually my yap will trigger an idea from them, or I'll come up with an idea. That's actually the number one way I come up with ideas. That's how I came up with the Pokemon Go Marathon, which I'm doing in a few weeks. I'm really excited for. So yeah, very excited for that. So I'm saying that to say you can come up with whatever. You can have an app that helps you organize shit if you want to. For me, my phone is easy, it's accessible. This is what I do. I'm gonna show you guys some examples of streamers just so you guys can do the same when you go home. Queso is amazing, bro. Queso started on TikTok. He blew up on NBA 2K content. His personality was so vibrant, his character was so appealing that he was quickly able to transition that to streaming. He took that TikTok audience, as we were talking about, and he was able to transition it into streaming. And then he was able to take that streaming audience and transition that to the YouTube. He uploads every day, 600K, 800K, 600K. He's crushing it. If he's not making like $1 million a month, I don't know who the fuck is, bro. But you wouldn't.
Bruh, uploading every day is like the goal I've had for like the year I've been on YouTube. Since I've been on YouTube, my goal was always to upload every single day. Just go 1 week, have 7 uploads, and it is so hard. I don't think I've actually accomplished it yet. I think I've gotten like 6 uploads, or maybe I've done double, like 2 videos in one day to make it count for 7 videos. But just uploading every single day takes so much consistency and dedication. I just haven't made it there yet myself, but that is still my goal.
Wouldn't think it though. Because sometimes he's not in drama all the time. If you don't watch a lot of gaming content, if you're a gamer and you're not watching what Queso's doing, you're not trying. I mean that with the bottom of my heart. He is operating at such a high level and he does it so genuinely, bro. I watch his streams all the time, sometimes to learn, sometimes because he's hilarious. I also want to say something that's kind of important here. And it's like, it's something that a lot of people wouldn't consider a science, but it's his face card. Do you see the thumbnails? You could spot this nigga face from anywhere. You get what I'm saying? He puts his face on everything. It's so much easier for him. Maybe like his face is easily visible in every thumbnail. If you're on TikTok and you see his face, you know that's Queso. People seeing your face and that meaning something to them is very important. When they
Literally, I said that earlier, that I hate putting my face on thumbnails, but my most successful video, 800,000 plus views, has my face on it. And again, I guess that goes back to like branding and people being able to identify you, and that helping your streams, helping your content. So from now on, y'all are going to see my face on thumbnails. Agent just solidified that.
When they see Ash face and they know, oh, he does this type of content, what do you want to be known for? Your face should immediately translate to the general audience as something you want to be known for. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you're not in control of that, okay? So for example, some people think like I'm the money guy. There's many people that make more money than me. They just think that. So like they'll see my face and they might think, oh, he's smart. I do a lot of dumb things. They just think that. What you're known for might not always be what you're trying to be known for, but what I'm saying is you want to put your face on things. You want to put your face on as many things as possible in ways that add appeal. And then eventually your face will be the appeal.
Wait, hold on.
Dog, Ray is a clown.
I feel like with Queso, he's kind of like an anomaly with a lot of what he does. Like,
he is.
He's kind of like broken. Like nowadays with streaming, it's a lot more like different. He's kind of like old Twitch. You know what I mean? So how do you?
He's not old Twitch. He just blew up 2 years ago.
I'm saying like he has that old Twitch vibe.
Oh yeah. In terms of his content's a lot simpler and he games a lot. That's true. I think you should study the anomalies the same way you study the common. You feel me? You should see the blueprint and you should see what the alternate is too. What up?
Damn.
Get it out your mouth, man.
So you think Twitch change? Like he changed?
Twitch changed. Twitch changed all the time, man. Right now, the meta is like a lot of IRL content. In 2 years, it could be something completely different. You just have to keep on top of things.
You know how you say your face and it adds appeal. What if you're constantly in drama? Is that a bad thing?
I mean, that just appeal is not necessarily a good thing. It's just what you're known for, right? Like, you could be in a lot of drama, but then you'll be known as that. Just because people see your face and know of you doesn't mean they're watching your shit neither, right? So getting people to watch your shit once they see your face is also essential. That's why I mentioned Jinxie. He's a very good example of that. Other thing I want to mention I haven't done yet is consistency, bro. This is every day. When Kai was admitting people to Streamer University, the one thing he said is he likes to see people that have been trying for a while. Feel me? Where's Caleb? Where's Caleb at?
He's not here.
Oh, he's back at the dorm. He's running his Twitch. I hired Caleb only because the nigga uploaded every day and he had 30 people watching every video, bro. For months. It was like 6-7 months straight he uploaded Every day he uploaded a video. Nobody was watching it, bro. But he still uploaded the video. The consistency is important because if you keep doing, you'll keep learning. All right? All right, Canel. This is a little bit of a alternate pick. Canel did something really interesting most people didn't realize. This is his second channel, Eugene Dingleberry. Okay? Most people grow their Twitch on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram Reels, the short form. He's growing it through YouTube, which is very, very interesting. He's pulling hundreds of thousands videos per 100,000 views per video on stream clips on his second channel that he's trying to convert over to the Twitch. I think this mode is a little less efficient than TikTok. That's why I think TikTok's king, but it's another way to do it. If you're primary on YouTube, the opportunity is there too. Any platform with discovery means you could be discovered, but then you could also have the power to send them in different directions, different platforms, stuff like that. Canel did a really good job. I feel like he's a very underrated content creator, and he's the one, I really wish he made it here because I feel like he's one of the people that his content is way better than what people are currently giving him credit for. So shout out to Canel. Ludwig. Ludwig is a really, really...
I think that's the hardest thing. I think that's the thing that everybody is, not everybody, but most people are struggling with, especially smaller creators, to build a fan base, to build a following somewhere, and then try to switch to Twitch or YouTube and bring them over. You know, even right now, that's something that I would like to work on doing, like, you know, building up my following on my social media, on Instagram. I don't post on Instagram, but I need to, and TikTok, and then bringing them over to YouTube. I haven't even worked at that yet, but after this, I will. I'm taking my Streamer University agent notes, and I'll be a better content creator after this.
Really interesting case. I was just in a tournament with Ludwig, and he drafted the worst possible team. We got fucking skunked 2 days ago. But he's a great guy, though. He does YouTube-focused streams. He'll spark his stream, mid-stream, start a YouTube video. Hey, guys, welcome to YouTube video. Today, this is a generic intro. His is going to be a lot more optimized. But you see the thumbnail. Every part of this thumbnail is by design. This nigga is a master of packaging. He's a master of titling, he's a master of thumbnail, and he does a great job at cross-pollinating his YouTube and his Twitch. He had a YouTube deal for a while where he streamed on YouTube exclusively, and now he co-streams. So he's an example of somebody, including Jinxie, that co-streams, right?
Do you see my content as brain rot?
Say it again?
Do you see my content as brain rot?
Is your content brain rot? A little bit, yeah. Yeah. It's a little brain rot, Ray. You know it is. I really recommend you guys watch Ludwig because I think he's very intelligent. And he's a very good entertainer, bro. He understands the art of entertaining. He does a great job of putting together high appeal events that bring a lot of attention to him. And he challenges himself to a lot of merit.
I'm yapping and the thing isn't working. But I said I think Atrioc definitely feels the same type of shoes as Ludwig, where he does straight Twitch content and it's built for YouTube. So it'll go straight into the YouTube algorithm because all the packaging and everything is really good. And again, he puts his face on most of the thumbnails. So that's one improvement I got to make moving forward. I hope y'all do too.
Marathons and interesting content. He has a very unique community, and it's hard to find communities like that. If you guys haven't already, please take a look at Ludwig's channel. He's one to study. He's one person you're gonna want to study. Viewers POV. This is important because as a content creator, sometimes you're so caught up in what you want and your passions that you sometimes lose sight of what people want. So just because
I was just saying that
something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Right?
Exactly.
If you guys play game shit, can we get some hands in the sky? You stream games at all? All right, what type of games do y'all stream? Scum?
Horror games, sports, wagers,
yep.
Stuff like that.
What type of games do you stream?
Usually shooters.
Shooters?
Like, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals.
Okay, so let's do an example here. If you switched it up and played League of Legends because you wanted to, that's your right as a streamer. But it's their right to not give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? So you could do it. Some people don't care. They'll do whatever they want. But in terms of good strategy, think about your audience. Like, they're gonna be like, damn, they watch because it's you, some of them. But it's like, nigga, I know I don't want to watch League of Legends. You know, even if it's my favorite person doing it. So just understand, put yourself in your in your viewers, your average viewer's POV?
Well, I do have a question because I actually have been moving away from that after doing the same thing for like 2 years now. So I'm kind of glad that you said that. What do you think is like the best way to like transition your old community into something new? Just to like.
It depends on what the new thing is and how different it is from what you're currently doing.
Okay.
You know, like if you're a COD person, transitioning to GTA 6 when it comes out will be pretty easy. They're both really casual games that casual gamers play. But if you're a COD person transitioning to fucking NBA, actually 2K might not be too bad neither because a lot of 2K players play COD. FIFA, then you're gonna lose some people. So just understand where your audience is. Even for my agency, I love y'all niggas, but there's certain games y'all not gonna watch me play, bro. Friends, this is very important. My mom used to tell me this all the time, and I took it for granted, and now it's honestly the most true thing I've ever heard. Yo, bro, if you're around a bunch of losers, you're gonna lose. I don't know how else to explain it.
Facts.
You're gonna leave here, you're gonna go back to whatever city you're from, and you're gonna be around people. If those people aren't on the same pursuit as you, they don't have to be streamers. I mean, like taking life serious. Like if they're not trying to try, bro, you will match that energy, I'm telling you. And operators, people that are winning, don't want to be around that. You are actively repelling away the energy that you're trying to attract. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Back when I wasn't making any money off streaming YouTube, nothing, 7 years I did this, $0, bro. Out of love, I just enjoyed it.
Dog, the dedication to do something for 7 years and make $0, like get no money, that's 100% passion. I mean, sheesh, 7 years.
Still be doing it, obviously part-time, but out of love if I wasn't here with this opportunity. But I had friends. We used to get on Skype, RIP Skype in the chat. RIP Skype. We used to be on Skype. We used to talk to each other every day. Every day we would hop in a Skype call, I would mute and say, yo, I'm about to record a video. Boom, I record a video. I'll come back to the Skype call, play 2K with the guys, grind my players, shit like that. I was a 2K content creator. I was in my bag with people that was in their bag. You get what I'm saying? You could.
I remember, I think it was Mr. Beast that said that. He said that, you know, every single day he had his community of friends or whoever it was, and all they did was talk about YouTube, talk about thumbnails, talk about the analytics behind the videos and the science of making YouTube videos. And they did that for years, every single day. And that's the only people he would associate himself with. But for most people, content creation is a really lonely journey, unless you're either like super young and all your friends are doing it, or you just have a pocket of people that are on the same quest as you, the same mission, same goals. But for most people, content creation is a really lonely journey. Like you end up doing it yourself. Like I'm doing it myself here instead of being outside doing something else with my people. So I don't know. It's hard finding that balance. I guess he's saying though, just having good people that have drive, that have goals, that are motivated to do something is good enough. But content creation is lonely as fuck.
You could be around whoever you want to, bro, but you'll go in whatever direction they're going in. So make sure you want to go where they're going, bro. It's easy motivation too. If you ever lost motivation as a streamer or a content creator, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Doing this shit alone is not easy, man. Because it's like, especially when you're not seeing the love that you want, especially when financially it's not making the sense that you want, it's way easier to find people to do it. Genuinely, that will be the biggest takeaway. Fuck the numbers, everybody performing, sub counts, shit like that. The biggest takeaway you'll have from this experience is the friends you make. Who are you connecting with? Spend time with them. If you haven't and you're afraid, get out your box, challenge yourself, bro. Go talk to someone new. They could be the next best friend. I'm telling you, you're gonna need that throughout this journey. Snowcone?
So who do you think are some good streamers at the university that have a really good process for growth?
I was talking to Corey yesterday. I love Corey. I think he's gonna be big. Shaq over there. Shaq is really entertaining. He's been hustling, grinding. He's really good. There's people here like Ash, for example. He's big on YouTube, but he's been in his streaming bag recently. I think he's gonna be big. But like, it doesn't matter what I think. I could sit here and tell you that Ash is gonna be the shittiest streamer ever, you know, or that Ray is like a dog shit streamer and he doesn't really try for real. But it shouldn't matter to you what I think, because you should.
That's all true. That Kai stimulus package is real.
Believe in yourself regardless. Dead ass. Like you're gonna have niggas, no cap, clap that up. You're gonna have niggas tell you you're not gonna make it, bro. Dead ass. It's the internet, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of hateful shit going around. This shit get messier by the day, bro. You're gonna have to develop some thick skin if you wanna grow. I'm telling you, as you grow, you will deal with some more bullshit, bro. Okay, niggas will drag you in shit. Your name's gonna be across the mud. You will have to get thicker skin. So A nigga telling you that you did bad, your video was ass, you performed horribly, fuck him. All right? You should be in your own bag. Fuck what people think.
I heard agents say one time, like, don't even give a fuck about bad views. If you have a video that outperforms 5 videos that underperform, that just keep posting, just like AI, just keep shooting, just keep posting because you can outperform bad views on videos. And that's been 100% true, at least in my journey so far. Like if I have a brick and another brick and another brick, hopefully that 3rd, 4th, 5th video hits. And then I'm, back in the algorithm's good graces. So again, kudos to Agent for that advice.
All right, we got the essentials tier list. Take a look, man. Some things here, not as important as you think. Other things, very important. Internet. If you got bad internet, you can't stream, okay? That's S tier. Ideas, S tier. Categorize your ideas. Have thousands. It's the most important part of the creative experience. Strategy. You could be the least entertaining nigga on the planet. If you have good strategy, you will be a big content creator. A, PC. Some things you simply cannot do with a weak PC. Content house. Very good idea. And I mean that to say, even if y'all don't live in the house, having a team of people like Ray does that you can do content with all the time, essential.
And this moment right here is why you have DDG and I think Quan talking about them doing content houses now because of the quality or the quantity of content that you get from having a content house. People you can interact with, fan bases, you can, cross-pollinate, all that type of stuff.
Essential. You don't have to live in a house together, but you do need a team of people that you can bounce off of wherever you're from. You have to make sure you can find that, bro. It's very, very important. Cameraman. I put B because you don't always need one, but it's good to have one. I'd rather have Keem recording me than me selfie this. You get what I'm saying? But if you're selfieing it, it doesn't mean your content's any worse. It's just a different archetype of content. You get what I'm saying? I love Emily streams. Emily records herself. You get what I'm saying? She's crushing it. She just records herself. Oh, hey, Emily. Money. It's great to have money. You can do dope content with more money. You don't need money for good content. You get what I'm saying? I gave you an example earlier of content that performed well, that cost $0, and content that performed poorly, that costed thousands of dollars. So you don't need money, but obviously the more you have, the more possibilities is gonna open up. Regardless of how much money you have, the creativity is what should carry, right? If you're a creative person, you just have to brainstorm it. All right, I can't do that because it's too expensive. What's a better way to do that? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Brand deals, nice to have them. Nice to have them. It's a bag, but not essential. And a quality camera, genuinely one of the most overrated things ever. As long as people can see you, bro, it does not matter. As long as it's like 480p, I swear to God, it does not matter, bro. It does not matter. This is exciting. Okay, I want to do something.
To that point, that's true. When I started YouTube, I was using my iPhone. I mean, this same iPhone that I have right now, and I was shooting it on, I forgot what mode it was. But I literally just started out with my iPhone on a tripod, made probably like 20, 30 videos before I actually got my camera. And then I've been using my camera since then. But those earlier videos got the same views that I'm getting now. So yeah, quality isn't that important for real, for real.
Something special, all right? So some brands, I did a sponsorship in my pocket watching class with Webull, and they loved it. But then other brands saw that, and they were like, bro, how can we get involved and help some small streamers? So can we put hands up if you've never done a brand deal before? I'm gonna have you guys stay after class because Droptix, Baze, and
I think this was the big takeaways from this class. Let me see if there was anything from the pocket watching class. And I think that's where he was kind of discussing the DDG's income. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was the January profit statement. Let's see if there's any takeaways from this.
Where's the new one at, Chris? So I just had to do this shit in January. Otherwise, realistically, it would have made more sense to move it to December. So this was Twitch. This is what YouTube looked like. And this was also a pretty rough month on YouTube.
What channel is that? Is that everything?
This is my Agents Are Everything channel. So this is where I put all my clips. This is where I
50,000 being a rough month is crazy.
put all my clips and stuff like that.
Oh, and they say sad. He just like to read.
Yeah, but you gotta think. Like it's 120,000 on Twitch. It's 49,000. I didn't have any brand deals this month. And so unfortunately, because of the 350,000 expenses, I lost $140,000 in the month of January. Now, personally for me, the losses are all acceptable if I'm happy with the content. Now, if I was buying bullshit in January and I went negative, then that's okay. Also, you're gonna have negative months. You know, you buy a house for your mom, that's gonna be negative in the P&Ls, but that's a W for your life, bro. You get what I'm saying? So it's cool to take the L, even if it looks ugly, if it's something that you're proud of. So I'm gonna show you April, chat. You know, we crushed it in April. We did very fantastic. We hit 50,000 subs, but we had 500,000 expenses.
The fact that you can have $500,000 in expenses is craziness. Like, I mean, that's triple, quadruple the average American salary. I mean, the fact that you can spend that much just to make content is just crazy. Big W for Agent.
Yeah. So just to give you an idea, like every stream we're doing like 2-3 segments.
Please, I'm so intrigued.
Every stream we're doing 2 to 3 segments, right? So like we're opening Pokemon packs, 2,000. We got an animal from a shelter to come. We paid a shelter so that they could afford to house those animals. It's like 2,000 a piece, 4,000 depending on the animal. Like we tried to load me up to a bunch of helium balloons to see if I float to outer space, 15,000. We're doing work to the backyard, 7,000. But these are all daily streams though. So it starts to tally up over the course of a month. Even though there was no big marathon, it was still a lot of money spent. And that's not including January and April are tax months for me. So I pay my quarterly taxes and them shits hurt, okay? So that also was included in the tax number. So it is just overall a pretty rough month. But even though that's the case, we absolutely crushed it. That's peak for me, by the way. That's peak. So. So the metric that you really need to focus on here is actually not, hold on, slow it down. The metric you need to focus on is actually not the revenue, it's the time streamed. The longer you stream, especially if you want ads, there's way more ads in the stream. That's why the marathons hit. So even though it's a big investment, you might spend $180,000 on a marathon, because let me say, chat, all of them, you eventually, hopefully one day, yeah. But most of them aren't that. I think most marathons, I spent like 10,000, 40,000. They're not all that crazy. Just that one happened to be super big. What up?
Yeah, but you see the problem now.
What's the problem?
You see your time and your revenue. If I do that because I have a Nigerian audience,
Yeah.
that I'm still gonna get like $20.
You're right. So different countries have different ads, and America pays the most. So that's true. So if you live in a country that's not America, your ad rate is most likely, not always,
USA.
a little bit less.
USA.
Just because America's super commercialized and consumerism is rampant. If you can't get an American audience, that helps. But also you get paid in American, right?
I got to go back because I think he said he made 300,000 on Twitch that month and then another 500,000 on YouTube, which is just crazy again. But I got to go back and look.
And in Nigerian bucks, that.
But let me tell you something. So I have some American viewers, right? And I also have the Nigerian viewers. If American viewers are paying $6 per sub, Nigerian viewers are paying $1.
Now I understand that, but I think what's possible is you dominate Nigeria and then you expand. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You could probably think of artists that have done the same thing where they dominate Nigeria and now they're global. Yeah. So the global opportunity is always going to be there.
Burna Boy is one of those, right?
Jamal, you're needed. Come on. So this is, Twitch we crushed it on Twitch. It did really, really well. And then YouTube did fantastic as well. So if we take a look, also I nailed it on brand deals. We had a lot of mega brand deals that month. And so the overall revenue was fantastic. Even though we spent $500,000, we still made money. You get what I'm saying?
Over $800,000 in 1 month.
I spent $500,000. So I spent $500, but I made $800. So that's a winner for us. You want to win more than you lose, because that's how you stay in business. But if you lose, it's not the end of the world. And I really want to say, like,
bro, the ridiculousness of Agent starting from freaking 2K videos to making $800,000 streaming a month is just crazy.
Now you have $282,000. What's your next big idea? You get what I'm saying? That's what money does. Like, what's your next big idea? Like, Streamer University, boom. Like, you guys all, I imagine, are creatives. Like, you have good ideas in your notes, in your textbooks, in your phone. Like, that's what helps make it happen.
But even that, it takes like financial literacy and commitment to have $200,000, $300,000 sitting left over from the month of content creation and not go blow it on a car, a house, a trip, whatever, and instead invest it back into your content. And that's something that made Mr. Beast so huge and put him where he is, that any money he made, he invested it back into his content. I think he still does that today. I think most people need to get like that if they ever want to blow up to like the Agents, Kai's, DDGs.
But it's not, but I also don't think you spend 100% of it on that though. That's why Webull is sponsoring this right here. Because you should also invest it. Whatever avenue you choose to do it in. It could be real estate, it could be investing in stocks, it could be in whatever you feel comfortable in. Get informed. If you need a great trading platform, Webull is your platform. Dead ass.
I got a question, Adrian.
What's that, Sam?
So, I mean, I noticed you didn't really put marketing here. How much do you spend on marketing? I mean, like clips,
nothing.
All that stuff. Do you do that?
I don't spend any anymore. No, it's all it just happens. Yeah.
You got social media. What do you need to market?
So if you stream a lot, how many ads do you run?
So I run a little bit more than half. I know a lot of people max it. I would rather more people discover me than max my shit, even though it would make way more money, because I'm already making good enough money to do some of the ideas I want. But I prefer discoverability. Back in the day, before you could even get monetized on YouTube, I did it for free, knowing I could make a few thousands off it. When I was 15, by the way, like thousands and 15, bro. That's like every Call of Duty for the next 10 years. But I chose not to because I knew I had bad leverage. And if you know anything about the multi-channel networks back in the day, they was fucking content creators on bad contracts. I'm always deferring. Discoverability is always my preference, but money is also important. All right, so this is the pocket watching cheat sheet. I'm about to hand it out to y'all, okay? This is gonna give you a nice average. What I want y'all to take from this is I'm giving you a few instances of what you can get on the lower end of brand deals, higher.
This is more stuff of what people need to see. This is what should have been. This is what Streamer University should have been about all the way around. Like the viewers, the money. I mean, even to this day, I get emails all the time about, you know, brand deals and sponsorships, and I still have to like do math and Google about what I should be charging for the sponsorships that I get inquired about.
Higher end of brand deals, lower end of ads, higher end of ads. Lower end of monthly views on YouTube, higher end of monthly views on YouTube. The reason why I'm giving a range is because if you're in tech and finance on YouTube, you're at the peak. You get hella bread. You might make $15,000 from 1 million views. If you do pranks and IRLs, the chances are you're probably in the mid-range, 3,000 to 5,000. It's a huge behemoth of a difference. There's no way to just snipe it. You just have to account for the variables. Damn, I haven't looked at chat all stream. I could be getting cooked. Am I getting cooked?
Don't let HMR
I never know what this is.
Don't let HMRC see this.
Oh, what chat saying?
Yeah.
They're just freaking out at how much money you made and how much money you spent.
I know. I tell y'all niggas think I'm Mr. Beast, but I did that trying to put as much back into it as I can.
Yeah, spending $500,000 is crazy.
But depends on RPM. You're right, but the RPM is the range. That's what I'm talking about. You know, finance niggas get a higher one, prank niggas get a lower one. So I want y'all to take a look at this cheat sheet. What you need to understand about pocket watching is that it's all variable. You'll make, hold on, quiet down. You'll make more money in September than you will in February. It's true. So but that has to be accounted. Maybe you had a peak month. You can't say a nigga makes that every month. Maybe you had a bad month. You can't say a nigga makes that every month. It's impossible. So you have to account for all the variables. There's a lot. What ad rate they run, right? Even the length of their YouTube videos, because you could fit more ads in a longer YouTube video. That's why a lot of people run them VOD channels, because it's an 8-hour video, bro. You could span that bitch with ads. Like, there's so many variables that this should give you a baseline. If you see a nigga with 2,000 live viewers, and you looking at his streaming, like he's probably running about half ads, you can calculate them, watch for an hour, see how much ads he's running. You can find out exactly how much that nigga makes. You can find out exactly how much he makes. Now, if it's like music, they sign private contracts, we don't know the details. All this information is publicly available. I don't have to be in your dashboard, you know? I could be on Twitch Tracker for your streams, I could be on Social Blade for your YouTube, and that's gonna give me your major revenue sources. Sure, Snapchat exists, some niggas make money off TikTok and stuff like that, but these are the main. All right, man, now it's y'all turn to try, right? Let's give it a shot before I do it myself. Get in groups of 2, pocket watch.
Yeah, I want to see the DDG pocket watch.
Times indeed.
So that's it. If you guys have a moment for questions.
Not a bad idea. Do I get lunch? Is it lunch?
Did I miss DDG pocket
You got
watching?
1 minute. To it. Themes and the big ideas, brand deals increases significantly. Like maybe allocating that to content pockets. Okay? Huh? Oh wait, hold on. Where's Chris at? I just reach out. If there's a person I want on my stream, I just reach out. Yeah, just reach out. Dead ass. Sometimes personally. So I'm showing you guys this to also like give you confidence that like it's okay to spend money on an idea even if you think it's not gonna make the content, because there's gonna be other
I'm
ideas.
trying to find the
afford to house
DDG
those.
pocket watching.
So that's
part.
true. Nina's not here.
Okay.
That's what money does. Like, what's your next big idea? Like, Streamer University, boom. Like, you guys all, I imagine, are creatives. Like,
Maybe I missed it. It was a whole DDG pocket watching clip that actually like went viral, where Agent was breaking down how much DDG made between his Twitch streams and everything he had going on with the clips on YouTube and everything like that. But like I said, I hope everybody that checked in got something out of this, because I know for me, I was going to watch this anyway, but I figured why not stream it? Agent is definitely one of those people that has been through the content creation, you know, a process from YouTube to now Twitch. He knows all the things about social media. I figure all of us could take a little bit from what Agent has to say and apply it to ourselves, especially if we're creating content. So again, thank you for anybody that tuned in, for everybody that commented and was just part of the conversation. I hope you learned something. I know I learned something. And other than that, make sure you check out the channel. Appreciate you for checking us out, and I'll catch you next time. Peace. Boom.